somebody real faint. Try it again. WA4LLR.
K4JAL. I'm trying to get tuned up on this multi-LMAC. I ain't good at it. How are you, Dave?
K4YBC.
W4WW Charlie. All right, we had a little double there. I've got JAL, YBC, and WWC. Who else we got?
And 4LQ.
Good morning, Steve. Who else?
I'm not sure, Dave. Larry might have been in there. WB4NKN. I think that was him. I'm not sure.
Larry, was that you?
It's him.
Well, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing Larry if he's in there.
Go ahead, Larry, if you can hear me.
Go ahead, Larry, if you can hear him.
Larry, are you here?
Well, I heard OUM. Anybody else? All right, well, let's start with this, and maybe Larry will come in here in a minute. JAL, YBC, WWC, LQ, and OUM. Who did I miss? All righty, good morning to everybody. 60 degrees, valley fog. Looks like another sunny day. Hope everybody's doing well. Just trying to get this day up and running. So, Jimmy, I'll send it to you. You can give it to Cuz to Mark, Mark to Steve, Steve to Terry. We'll see who else comes in. K4JAL, WA4LLR.
W4ALLR, K4JAL. Well, I hope I'm getting out. I'm having trouble receiving some, and others are coming in good. I've got the LMAC on and doing my best. Got a lot of slur, don't know what to do about it, but it seems to get out most of the time. K4YBC, Cuz, are you on the LMAC today? K4JAL.
K4JAL, K4YBC. Well, good morning, Billy, Jimmy. Well, good morning, everybody. You got a lot of skip rolling in there this morning, I guess you'd call it. Band's kind of long, but copying everybody, but I did not hear Larry either. And now I'm on the FT1000 again this morning, still having problems with the LMAC, and we'll get it figured out maybe. Anyway, 63 degrees down here. I worked in the yard about all day yesterday, got the grass mowed and did a little painting and this and that and the other. I need to do some weed eating today, but I don't know. It's supposed to be a real hot day, so I don't know. Anyway, over to you, Mark, and W4WWC, K4YBC.
K4YBC, this is W4 WWC. Well, good morning, Cuz, and everybody else that's piled in here this morning. Good start, I reckon. 68 degrees is what it says on the box here on Poverty Hill, and it's going to be, Cuz, it's going to be another blazing hot one. I did, after the net yesterday, I did manage to get the weed eating done. If the spirit moves me, I might mow today. So we'll see how that unfolds. Yes, it's supposed to be another hot one. So what can you do? But yeah, I thought I heard Larry in there, but he may be warming up Big Iron there, and he may jump in there here in a few minutes. So we'll see how it plays out. N4LQ from W4WWC. I bet it's hot already in Shelbytown.
Oh, yeah, W4WWC and 4LQ. Nah, it's 67 here. Not too bad. Yeah, I never did hear Larry. If he's there, I could hear him. OUM, I don't know. I'm going to turn it over to him, but I didn't hear him. Maybe we doubled or something. But anyway, good morning. And Cuz, we got to get your LMAC going. So bring that thing down here. We'll take a look at it. Over to the elusive WB4OUM N4LQ.
WB4NKL. WD4OUM. Hang on, let me touch this silly thing. Where you at? There you are. Oops. There. That's more better. Maybe. Anyway, good morning all the way around. And Steve, I was trying to talk incognito this morning, you know, so nobody would hear me. Anyway, beautiful day in the neighborhood. I think we need a little rain or something to that effect, but oh well. It's either too dry, or too wet, too hot, too cold. You know humans is funny critters. They just can't be happy. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, it's WB4NKL. Good morning. Don't know who all's in here. Steve was talking as a receiver warmed up. I'm running the big rig here today, the little TX86. Found another power supply, HP20, Steve, and it's got 600 and 300, so it worked out perfect for it. And it seemed like it helped the audio. I don't know if I got it set right or not, but it looks a lot better on the REL. So kind of nice out there, 63 degrees, and gonna warm up to 90, they say. So gonna be another hot day. Whoever's next, go ahead. It's WB4NKL.
All right, fine business, Cliff. Let's see, anybody else ready to come in? Come now.
KM4RCL.
All right, we're acknowledging Chad. Any others? Go ahead, Chad, and give it back to me.
Okay, we got 56 degrees up here on the mountain. That looks like it's going to be a pretty day. It's drying out, you know, things are getting a little bit dry. And I guess we'll get some rain now, all equal out and everything. So just how things go, and it'll be downhill from here. I reckon for winter time. I know Dave's excited and everything about it, and that should be all, and I'll send it back around and see what everybody else got to say. KM4RCL, WA4LR.
All right, Chad, fine business. Anyone else? KN4RCL and the group WA4LLR. Well, everybody's sounding good this morning. Jimmy, the LMAC is working all right. Dave, sounded like you were busy yesterday with the yard work and the painting. Mark got some weed eating done, but he's still got mowing hanging over his head. Yep, well, we won't have to do it too much longer. Steve's up to 67 there in the city of Pleasant Living. Terry's needing rain and well, you know, the weather is one thing everybody talks about. Who said it? The weather's something everybody talks about and nobody does anything about it. Ben Franklin? Can't remember now. And Cliff, the audio on the TX86 sounds good. And Chad, you got the cool spot this morning, I think, with 56. We're up to 60 down here. So I guess that extra 1,000 feet would be about right, about 4 or 5 degrees differential. Well, I'm back on the RT-13 this morning and listening to y'all on the HRO 50T1. So, good collection of different kinds of radios in here, and cuz I hope you do get the LMAC straightened out. Be interesting to see what misfortune befell it between Cliff delivering it and you getting it back on the air. So you might want to grab that thing and run on down to Shelby and let Steve breathe on it, and then go eat some Bridges barbecue or something. K4JAL, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, K4JAL. Well, I'm having a terrible time getting my stuff to work this morning. My logging program ain't working right, and this, that, and the other, and it seems more like a Monday than a Tuesday. I got to get insurance reconfigured on the shack over here, and I've got to buy a part for the Audi that's going to cost about $1,000 for the part, and I don't know what it'll cost to get it put on. So it's a sad day around Burnsville. Who gets it next? K4JAL.
Go ahead, cuz.
Okay, Jimmy, real fine. K4JAL, K4YBC. Oh, man, you got one of them Audis. Well, you're looking at some big money there, I guess. But it costs money to keep them running, that's for sure. It doesn't make any difference what brand it is. You gotta spend out the money, that's for sure. I gotta get a new set of tires on my, well, actually, need to get a new set of tires on mine and Janie's car. I think that's gonna have to come up this fall. So, got that to look forward to. And not much else. Steve, you're much closer than driving over to Tennessee, so I might take you up on that. I'll get with you one day and find out what day and everything would be good for you, and maybe we'll come on down one day, and but we'll plan that a little in the future, if that's all right with you. And good morning, Terry. I don't know, Terry. I thought about you the other night, and it was all good. It was. I won't get into that. But anyway, not much else going on here. Like Steve said, it's going to be another hot day. And Mark, I might do some weed eating, but we'll just have to wait and see. It just flat down got hot yesterday, and us old men don't need to be out in that sun all that much, I don't think. Anyway, W4 WWC, K4YBC.
K4YBC from W4 WWC. Yeah, it takes a whole lot of nerve to get out there and lasso a weed eater for about 45 minutes. It's pretty tough. It is, but if you're gonna do it, I'd probably hit it maybe after the net, and it won't be quite as painful. So might think about that. Jimmy, you're booming in here. You may be the loudest thing going. It's a toss-up between you and Steve down there, but yeah, you're booming up here on Poverty Hill with me, and everybody's coming in quite well, really. No problem at all, Cliff. New rig sounds like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Real good audio. I got, as they used to say, I got a whole basement full of you. It sounds real good. It's got pretty good fidelity. I think you may have you another keeper there for sure. Back on the ART today, because I'm lazy, and running a Collins, no, it ain't a Collins, it's a EAC 390. So that's kind of what we're pushing here for today. N4LQ from W4, WW Charlie.
W4 JPL.
Heard JPL. What's the other station?
WK4R.
Okay, WK4R. Okay, it's N4LQ. Hey, yeah, that Jimmy, that Audi is. I had two of those things over the years, and they're a money pit, man. Oh man, that was back in the '80s. I had an '85, I believe it was. That thing about broke me up. I decided I didn't want to fool with that anymore. They're okay. I mean, it had a 5-cylinder engine, straight 5. They just had to be different, didn't they? Anyway, yeah, cuz, bring that thing down here. We got to get you off that rice box so you don't have that blight. But I'm sure we can get that thing on the air somehow. Bring your mic with you. I'm here all the time. The only time I'm not here is when I'm eating. And let's see, you want my phone number, cuz? You want to write it down?
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, it's 704-724-2519. Copy?
I'll copy that. 704-724-2519. Roger.
Got the GPR 90 working good last night. Got all that figured out. Somebody had wired up the input transformer on the antenna, and they had the secondary over on the antenna jack. It worked fine as far as receiving goes, except for the fact that the AGC voltage was on the secondary, and when they connected that to the antenna being a loop, shorted out the AGC and just drove it nuts. So that didn't work out too well. It had to do something to do with putting in the BNC jack for the antenna, and it resulted in a wiring error. Anyway, works fine now. So I got that out of the way, and what's next? Probably work on the sideband adapter thing now that came with it, and I want to get my NC101 or NC100 XA that I picked up at Shelby going. Cliff, that thing, that TX86 sounds real smooth, man. That thing, it's just so clean and nice sounding. I like it. Are you running an amplifier or just barefoot? And if barefoot, how much power? What, about 10 watts or so? But it sounds great here. So WB4 or OUM, Terry, take it away. N4LQ.
W4AX.
WD4OUM. Well, good morning, Mac. What are you still doing on there? You'll come right after whoever. Either Rick or John Boy, and then you'll turn it back to WA4LLR. Jimmy, I hate you're having all that trouble. I sat over here and cried, blowed snot, and went on. I'll get over it. And cuz, you got me concerned. You really have. And cuz, do you want my phone number? I'll give you my phone number too in case you want it. Anyway. And Cliff, I went down to talk to Matilda and Esmeralda yesterday to get you borrowed from a fish place, but I forgot it was Monday. Anyway, WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, it's WB4NKL. Yeah, you can't eat in Kingsport on Monday. Let's see, Steve. Things I was looking over here at the watt meter, about 25 watts. I think I was running about 20 or so on the other power supply, but yeah, it's barefooted. So conditions are pretty good today, I guess. But yeah, that power supply helped everything out. It's hitting on the REL. It's hitting 120% or so on the positive peaks now. So that it wanted that little higher voltage coming in there. Cause I hope you can get down to Steve's and figure out what's going on. You know, that's the thing that I didn't have was your microphone. So I wondered if you've tried another mic or anything like that. But when he brought it up here, Steve, he didn't have any carrier. It was no RF out, and found a shorted VFO tube is all I done to it this trip. He's got a homebrew power supply on it, but that all seems to be working okay. But if you do work on it, on his LMAC, there's 2 or 3 of the pins on the back on the power plug that's taped up. That's because whoever built his power supply didn't have a 12-pin plug. They had one that was 2-pin short, or 3-pin short, so they taped up 2 and just put that smaller pin plug on there, which it'll still work on the regular LMAC power supply, but you'll have to untape those 3 pins that's taped up on the back. But heck, he can bring his power supply and get it all checked out together, probably be the best thing. But I'm betting something around the microphone, because that's the only thing that would be different between here and his location. Go ahead, Chad, and good morning to everybody else that's jumped in. KN4RCL, WB4NKL.
KN4RCL in the group. My fine Clip. First hog this day all day, not first hog. Okay, anybody got any ideas? So where's Billy at? So I spent most of the day doing that, and come in here and talk to Dave a few times, obviously, when I was taking a break for lunch, and Supper Both, he was in here, and got everything first hogged, and my brother, he weeded a good bit, and so I think he spent about 2 or 3 hours weed eating, so you can do that when you're 38, and it gets rougher as you get older in age. Today I got to put on a tire on the backhoe, a 24 by 8, so that's pretty heavy. Most tractor and trailer tires are 22, so you can imagine the size. So I'm kind of been dreading it, but it's gonna happen. KN4RCL, go ahead. Just plain loony. How's down there in Liberty, North Carolina?
Good morning. KN4RCL in a group, W4JPL. It's a beautiful sunny day. I just got in the house a few minutes ago, I was out there at dawn to cut grass with my little bee suit on, so I already got something done today. Didn't do much else but working on cleaning and painting the cabin on that RME receiver. I should have that back together today. It's all cleaned up. And I got a contractor coming in to hopefully work on my bathroom floor. So if I'm not here in the next go around, that's where I is. Other than that, it's already, well, 70 degrees out, and it was 70 degrees at 6:30 this morning too. But I got a lot of grass cut, so got to get a little bit at the time. I'll try to do it again tomorrow morning as soon as the sun peeks over, or it's light enough I can see what I'm doing and not run into any trees. I guess this goes to Mr. Rick, WK4R, and the group, W4JPL.
Good morning, everybody. Not a whole lot to say. Oh, got things to get done this morning. I got to leave around 8:30 or so, so if I'm here next round, or I may or may not be here next round, we'll see. If I'm not, skip me and keep going. Got to meet the contractors, or meet a contractor to sign a contract to do some work at church and all this kind of stuff, and the fellow hadn't sent me the contract yet, so I'm still waiting on that to take it with me. It's going to be down to the last minute probably, and I'm going to have to hurt somebody, I reckon. Anyway, I'll pass it on. I think it was W4AX, W4AX, I think it was. Give it to you, and then you give it up to Dave, WA4LLR. W4AX, WK4.
All right, thanks so much, Rick. This is W4AX, and good morning, everyone. I think Jimmy's on here, K4KHB. And Jimmy, if you're on here, I wanted you to hear the gates on the air. So this is a gates transmitter that Jimmy shared with me, and it came to me 3 weeks ago, and I've completely restored it, converted it over to 75 meters. This is a Gates BC1 Tango. Converted it over to 75 meters and cleaned it up and everything, and it's all nice and pretty and on the air on AM. So I wanted Jimmy to be able to hear it. Jimmy, is that you? K4KHB, over. Well, maybe it's not the right Jimmy. Anyway, thanks guys for letting me in. I'm sorry to break in on your QSO or your round table, but hope to talk to you guys on the Southeast AM Radio Net tonight, and I'll be one and done. And here it comes, Dave, WA4LLR, W4AX, and look forward to seeing some of you down at the Crestview Ham Fest, 73.
W4AX and the group WA4LR. Well, good morning, Mac. You're certainly welcome to stay with us. I think the Jimmy that's in here is K4JAL up in Burnsville, North Carolina. One of my neighbors, so to speak. But the gate sounds good. I'm running an ART-13. So I'm only putting out 100 watts or so. But it sounds good from Ball Ground, Georgia. So thanks for letting us hear it, and you're certainly welcome to stay in with us. Let me take a quick standby. Do we have any other stations that would like to come aboard? Come now. All right, I guess we got everybody for today. Don't know where Billy is, or Al. We know Don's sleeping, so. Oh, and hope DB's still doing well. Well, let's see here. Jimmy, sorry about the expensive parts for the Audi and the the other things that aren't working. No, it's Tuesday. I know that because I've got 2 doctor's appointments today, one at 10:45 in Weaverville, one at 1:30 out in Fletcher or wherever Pardee Hospital is. Dave needs tires on both vehicles. Well, I think we're all right for another year. I'm hoping. I don't know. My road might need them. And Mark, my 390 is a EAC too. So, okie dokie on that one. Chad, be careful putting that tire on the backhoe. That sounds like a big job. And Rick, hope things work all right with the contract and the contractor at church. And John, also with your contractor getting your bathroom floor redone. So, not a whole lot more from me, just getting ready to head out to those doctor's appointments. And I'll hang in here another go-round or so, I guess. Don't have to head out till about 10 o'clock. So, Jimmy, K4, JAL and the group, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, K4JAL. Well, Dave, good luck on those appointments. I'd read it for you, all that crap you got to go through, but it's good they can rebuild parts of the body, I suppose. I hope I never have to do that, but one never knows. Anyhow, that Audi is coming up on 10 years old. It's a diesel. It's the best car we've ever had. It'll fly, and everything mechanical about it is still really good. It's got a sensor, a driver side assist sensor that's going out, and they want you to go to Audi to do that kind of thing. To heck with that. I don't do that. Carolina Collision, my buddy Roger over there is going to try to get the part, and we're going to try to get it put in there. It still has mirrors on it, so I don't need it, but my wife's used to it, and I'm afraid to turn her loose out there without that driver side assist. There you go. So, Cuz, back over to you. K4 YBC, K4 JAL.
K4JAL, K4YBC. I thought I heard somebody else come in there, but I'm not sure. But maybe you guys heard it. Oh, real fine, Jimmy. And I hope I've got a sensor out on my 4Runner. That thing's been out for I don't know how many years. And when they told me what it cost to fix it, I said, I can live without that sucker. Anyway, those little sensors can be so aggravating, I'll tell you what. But I suppose they serve a purpose. But they can be awfully aggravating, too. Anyway, Dave, the ART-13 sounds good. And Cliff, that little TX-86 or whatever it was, man, that thing sounds really good. You got a whopping signal over here in Lenore. You're not nowhere near as loud as Steve, but great signal. Sounds really good. And Jimmy, your LMAC is living up to the reputation of the LMAX, that's for sure. It sounds really good. It sounds good. Gentlemen, I got to take care of some things here, so I need to get out of here. Good morning to you, Rick. So let me say 7 threes. Steve, I'll be in touch with you. I got your phone number. I'll be in touch with you, buddy. I sure appreciate that. And that's about it. So I'm gonna say 7 threes. Everybody have a good one, and we'll talk to you guys later. So over to Poverty Hill, W4WWC, K4YBC.
K4YBC from W4WWC. Okay, cuz, yeah. Have a good day over there, and if you're gonna get out and weed eat, probably be the best time to do it would be, I guess, about right now. So we'll say 7-3, and look forward to catching you next time. And yeah, Jimmy, I feel your pain. We had an Audi there for a time back in the 80s, and like Steve said, it was a bit of a money pit. Good-looking car. It ran like a raped ape, and it was fun to drive, but it was costly. So we had a short ceremony and sent it on its way. But that was many years ago, but they're a good car. So hopefully you can get that straightened out. And yeah, these sensors on some of these things can drive you absolute bonkers, especially the tire sensors. I think they're designed to go out in just a few years, and why you would put a battery-operated sensor inside of a wheel where it's non-accessible unless you break the wheel down is, I don't know. I never did figure that one out, but I guess it's all about the dinero, so they say. But good luck. I hope you get it straightened out pretty soon. And Mag, the transmitter sounds really, if you're still listening, the transmitter sounds real good up here with me into northeast Tennessee. It's doing an excellent job. Excellent audio. You did very well with it. And let's see. And yeah, Uncle Dave, your ART sounds real good too. I guess we're the only two in here for today, but it's doing a good job for what they are. They're quick and painless. You just turn it on, and that's all you got to do. A lazy man's transmitter, and that's what I like. Of course, I like turning knobs too. But anywho, N4LQ from W4 WWC.
Yeah, W4WWC N4LQ. Yeah, I like doing that too. Batteries. My Hyundai's got batteries in the wheels, transmits the tire pressure information. So that I think it's in the valves, the valve stems are somewhere in there. Had one go bad and they had to replace it, and drive you crazy if you don't. Keep showing that you got a low tire. But I guess there's no easy way to get power into a transmitter if the wheel is rotating. So that's hence the battery, unless I missed something. So I got this TMC GPR90, which I'm sure the group is familiar with. And there's a sales and service information manual that was put out for that by TMC. And they talk about calibration, how to do it. They talk about parallax effect and band spread, how do I set the band spread and so forth. But here's what I want to ask. It starts out to quote from a famous slogan. So here's the famous slogan, and I can't figure out what it means. Maybe I'm just dumb, but here's what it says. You can teach a parrot to say just as good, but he won't know what he's talking about. You can teach a parrot to say just as good, but he won't know what he's talking about. So I don't know. That's a weird statement. I saw a parrot at Shelby that the parrot man had on his shoulder. That's a nice looking bird. I asked him how long they lived. He said up to about 120 some years. And of course it's going to outlive him 2 times. So anyway, Terry, what do you say about all that? WB4OUM, N4LQ.
WD4OUM. Good morning, Dingle Bob. And Dingle Bob, you'll come after Rick if he's still in here. And let me see. What do I say about teaching a parrot to talk? Well, Steve, if you'll just sit and listen to everybody on here, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. Seems to me like all these guys can talk, but yeah, you know, it ain't, no, ain't never made no sense to me. I just soon listen to a parrot. And you must be talking about old Keith, him and that flip-dipping bird walking around. Hang on a minute. That's more better. Anyway, I like them birds and everything, but carrying around on your shoulder when a bird takes a notion to poop, I don't care where he's at, where he's sitting out here in the bird bath, you know, pooping in the drinking water and the water where the other birds take a bath. They don't care, so. No, I don't want to carry one around. But, oh well. So much for that. And let me see here. Nothing else I don't guess. Old Dangle Bob said, Dangle Bob, I've told you and told you and told you to quit coming in here and saying yo. You know, if we call you by name, you can say yo. But, no, anyway, WB4NKL. WD4OU. Oh, yeah, Cliff, man, old Larry had a good talk there last Friday on the radio, so, oh well. Go ahead.
WD4OUM, WB4NKL. Okay, Terry. I want to ask you who all was in here Friday, and it might have been you and Larry. Everybody else was down the road, I guess. Steve, I've never heard that that famous quote. I don't know, and I don't know exactly how that pertains to a receiver, tuning a receiver. But I guess a friend of mine's cousin in Florida had a bird. We went down there to the Orlando Ham Fest one year, and we stayed with this guy. Lived in Sanford, Florida. I believe that bird, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I believe that one knew what he was hearing because he could carry on a conversation with you. And he was amazing. But I don't know, Keith's bird, I hadn't heard Keith's bird talk. I don't know if he's a talker or not. That's Dave's neighbor. Keith lives over in Pensacola, North Carolina. Not too far from Jimmy and Dave. So that's I don't know. I think Keith maybe has that in train, Terry, that he don't he goes to the potty. You can believe that if you want to. And say good morning to Mac if he's still in here, if he can hear me. We're on the extremes of transmitters, Mac. You've got the gates. I've got a TX86. It's a Amico, running about 25 watts. It's smaller than my Drake 2A receiver that's connected to. So that's extremes between transmitters. And I looked at your QRZ page, and a lot of nice boat anchors there. Sort of reminds me of around here. I'll send it on around. Go ahead, Chad. KN4 RCLs, WB4NKL.
KN4 RCL, mighty fine, Cliff. Yeah, Keith is, I guess, myself, Dave, and Jimmy, and Don's neighbor. We all are residents of Yancey County. So, make 4 of us in the group, and we live here close together. As far as Keith's bird, well, most of the time it uses the bathroom on Keith's shoulder down there, and the other old man that was riding around in the golf cart with Keith was Don, M1 Don. A lot of people knows him, and Steve, you probably didn't know him, but you probably seen that bird, Keith and Don all together. KM4RCL, go ahead, a Japanese plastic lunchbox, it's your turn.
Alrighty. KN4RCL in a group, W4JPL. Well, I don't have too much to report, besides it's getting hot out. Big surprise, right? So I got a lot to do today. I'm still waiting on this contractor who promised to be here at 8 o'clock. It's now 8:27. So that doesn't put a good taste in my mouth right there, but I'll be patient till 9 o'clock, I guess. I'm going to say 73, God bless. I hope everybody has a great day. And I should be in here in the morning. Let's see. WK4R, W4, JPL, off and clear, 73.
WK4R. Well, all I can say is I got to go. I didn't get to hear much because I'm sitting here taking care of business instead of listening to radio this morning. Hopefully I can do different tomorrow, pay more attention. Everybody have a good day, and see you later. I think W4EX left. Maybe he didn't. Dave, if he didn't left, you can give it back to him, but I think it goes to you. WA4LLR, WK4.
73, Rick. I think it goes to DB, but let me check. W4AX. Mac, are you still in there? I believe he has gone. Well, 73, Dave, and 73, I think Mark signed, but he may not have. 73, John, 73, Rick. And I'm going to sign on this one because I'm going to go grab about breakfast. But DB, good to hear you come in there, buddy. And you give it over to K4JAL. WB4BRV, WA4LLR.
Okay, Dave, real good. Real good. Well, good morning, everybody that's on here, and all of them's left too. And I got my chores done a little bit earlier this morning. And as time goes on, as the winter, as the days get shorter and so on, I'll be able to get in more. I just got too much to do in the morning, and we get cranked up pretty early, and we just got a lot of animals to feed and all that. And so I want. Okay, I was going to start on Terry, but I better not do that. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to behave and just Anyway, let's see, W4JAL, I believe you said. Over to you, sir. WB4BRV.
W4BRV, K4JAL. Well, good to hear you on here, DB. I hope you're coping well with your latest disease. You know, when we get old, we always got something. Poor old Dave's having to go off to be herded around by the better than us class of people, the doctors. Steve, there's a school of thought that I always heard that a parrot was like a mockingbird. He could make sounds, but he didn't know what they meant. But we got a buddy over here, Sam, in Ledger, North Carolina. He's got a bird that will hold a total conversation with you and knows what he's talking about. So there you go. That's about all I know today. W4 WWC, Mr. Mark, K4JAL, over to you.
4JAL from W4 WWC. Yeah, fine business on the talking bird there. Yeah, it's that's a good-looking bird Keith's got there. I'm kind of like you. I've not heard it say a whole lot. Maybe a couple of things, but I've not heard it actually. I've not actually had a QSO with it, you might say. So I don't know. But Steve, as far as the quote, the only thing I can put together for it is that it can say the words, but it has no idea what they mean. That's the only thing I can piece together on that one. May or may not be correct after hearing some of the other tales of other folks that knows these talking birds that can carry on a coherent conversation. May not be true, but that's the only thing I can piece together on that one. 73 to you, Uncle Dave, and Cuz, and Ready Rick, and I guess I'm gonna follow suit too, and try to get cranked up and get something. And John too, 7-3 to you too. Hope wish you luck on your contractor there. If they said 8 o'clock, figure 9 or better. So none of them are never exactly what you might call punctual. Anywho, I guess I'll bail too and get out here and try to get something going. If the spirit moves me, I may mow the yard. I don't know. We'll see. I enjoyed it. We'll try it again. We'll try it again next time. Down to Shelbytown, and for Steve, good luck on rushing the car. Yeah, I've got a truck here that it gets an annual bath. It gets a bath once a year, whether it needs it or not, and it usually does. N4LQ from W4WWC 73.
Okay, see you later there, Mark. N4LQ. Well, I did some Googling here and found that quote. That's from back in the turn of the last century. Boy, it goes way back. You can teach a parrot to say just as good, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. It had to do with advertising, and they were advertising house construction, and apparently there were people saying our house is just as good as somebody else's house for the same price. And so this company said, well, you can teach a parrot to say that, you know. But he doesn't know what he's talking about. But there's a whole list of these old famous quotes here, and one of them is, talking over the phone has put many a man into the hands of the receiver. I don't know. Anyway, I got to get out of here too, get ready for the next net on 3715. So we'll say good morning, 73s to everybody. Terry, take it away. WB4OUM N4LQ.
WD4OUM. Well, Steve, I never could make any sense out of most of these manuals. Especially a Japanese manual or one from Taiwan or someplace like that that's been translated. Well, anyway. Just throw it away and figure it out on your own. So that's good advice. And Jimmy, Sam's got a bird that carries on an intelligent conversation. Well, that's 1 out of 2. Just my opinion. Oh well. Anyway, Dingle Bob. Yeah, it just breaks my heart. You coming in here talk. That's all you talk about. How many chores you got and how much work you do. Hey, why don't you just let it lie? Everybody on here knows you, Dingle Bob. So, you know, just whatever. Anyway. And let me see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Jimmy, you talking about that Audi being expensive. I wish you'd tell me a car that anything you get done to it anymore that is cheap. It is right down ridiculous. So, oh well. Even my pimp mobile, you know, they want a fortune to do something on it. And I've got a seatbelt warning light, but I figured out how to take care of that. Duct tape. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
Yeah, WD4OUM, it's WB4NKL. Okay, Terry. Yeah, that black tape or duct tape, that works good on a lot of them warning lights. You can sure put them out, get them out of sight and out of mind. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and get up too. I need to I'm gonna try to, if I can find the crystal over here, I might try to put the Amico on the old friends. Can't find the crystal, I guess I'll fire up the Globe King. So say 73s for now, and enjoyed it this morning. Good morning to you, DB. We'll have to get in a little earlier. Pretty good group in here today. So 73s for now. Go ahead, Chad. KN4 RCL WB4 NKL.
Hey, Cliff, I seen something on the news that might interest you last night. I was watching Channel 11, and they was reporting on all the people out there at Bright Zoo. So far last year, they had 1,200 people that visited the Bright Zoo. And so far this year, they've had 12,000 people visit Bright Zoo. So you need in on that. Offer parking or hay rides or something or other. And get in that 12,000 people, because you think you charge them $5 a head for parking, you can make some money at that. I'll go ahead and say 73s on this one too, and join the crowd and go this way. But we enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you in the morning. KM4RCL, I think the DB is the next one in here. And I think it goes back, I guess everybody else has got out. Go ahead, DB.
All right. Standing down. Yeah, I need to get in here earlier, fellas. Sometimes it's just hard. And Terry, yes, I'm behind. And I'm gonna have to pull out the big guns to do some mowing that I got way behind on. We bought this machine. I don't know what it's. We call it a DR because that's the name of it. But it's a mulcher. It's got a great big blade and a big old. The mulch is up front, and I think it's got a 15-horse motor, maybe more. I can't remember exactly. Power steering, electric start, and all that. And I'm gonna have to get it out of here probably in the morning and change oil in it, and then get going with it. Yeah, I got way behind on my mowing. I just can't get caught up. But that's life. It'll the weeds will just grow taller and taller, and it'll be okay. And let's see. Well, I'm not too much off frequency, Terry. 8449. I try to stay on frequency so you won't jump on me. So I don't know how many's left now. Let's see. But anyway, let's see. Mark got out and Steve got out. So it's over to you, Terry. WD4OUM, WB4BRV.
Goes to Jimmy.
Yeah, it goes to me, DB. I had K4JL here. I had one of those DR things that had cut down a dang sapling, but it had a single axle on it, and it weighed 450 pounds, and it would beat you to death if it wasn't on flat ground. I sold that sucker, and I recommend you do the same thing unless it's got double clutches. I'm going to get out of here too, because I'm going to go try to get on old friends on this other transmitter. So there you go. Terry, over to you. WD4OUM K4JL 73 clear.
Have a good one, Jimmy. Well, Jimmy, you don't have to worry about Dingle Bob operating that thing. Sandra's the one that drives that thing around. I think that's the one you're talking about, ain't it, Dingle Bob?
No, she's not drove that much yet. She run it into